say no. Appropriate. That was appropriate hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Appropriate. Young MC. Watch the movie. Oh, hit me, baby, one more time.
Welcome all to Let's Get It, where we attack today's local or national hottest sports topics. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, and let's get after it.
Start the show, bro.
Oh, my goodness. Good morning. Listen, I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was an unexpected joke here with my counterpart, Jason Bryce. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Get It. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, along with co-host and producer Jason Bryce, and always Coach Marcus Bullock, coming to you on a good Sunday morning. We got some laughter going. Got a great Sixers victory last night. Good comeback. And we're going to be joined by Coach Sechawayo Bird in just a little bit for a great I know. I was working on that, Coach Bird. So with that said, I know we haven't been on in a couple weeks. So we're going to get after a few things. But as always, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. All is good. Season's over, so now I kind of took some. I can't say took some time off, but kind of relaxed a little bit, and now trying to get back into the flow and get things organized on the rest of the year. It's just crazy how the season takes up so much time and kind of your focus, and then I look up and there's so many things that I've not been neglecting, but just haven't really been on top of like I probably should have. But no, other than that, all is good. The weather seems like it's turning a little bit, which always makes me happy. So I'll always take that.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this: what obviously, with basketball season takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
What's your new number one priority? I don't want to get you in any trouble here either.
So right now, I think the number one priority is figuring out where my son's going to be going to college.
Okay. All right.
So reaching out to the coaches, trying to schedule some visits for him, things like that, so that we can kind of get that out of the way. So that'll be a big stress off everybody's back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay, how you doing?
I'm good. I have a question I want to ask, but I'm not going to ask him. But of course, we all want sneak peeks, though.
Schools?
Yeah.
A lot of the NJAC schools. So like,
I was going to ask the same question.
Rowan, Widener, Keene, Rutgers, Camden, Immaculata. There's a couple others I'm probably missing, but like those are the main ones that have been reaching out and showing interest. So that's what we're going to.
Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Congratulations to all he did too. All he was doing, his 1,000-point score and all that stuff, man. Definitely congratulations, bro. I'm doing well. Randy, interesting.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
It's okay. We got you.
All right.
I just went through CPR. So
No, it's all right. Listen,
all right.
it's interesting. You didn't say that. You didn't even say. You usually say it's a brisk Sunday morning, or you didn't say any of that. You just said good. So it feels good out there today.
Today's a nice day. Today's a beautiful day. It's got that good long walk feel.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I'm, you know what? I'm going to take one. But you know what I'm noticing, though? I agree with you, too, Coach. You said that it seems like it's turning. The weather does seem like it haven't had no winter.
Right.
None. And
there was a couple days where it was just like
a little touch and go a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, no, I'm doing well. I'm a little tired, though. It was my daughter's birthday and weekend, so we had some family over yesterday, and getting food catered, or not even catered, just ordering out, especially when you have like a lot of people to feed, can be very expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just trying to get something to last. You know what I'm saying? And a pan of chicken was like $175. I'm like, what? That's crazy. So you know what I did? I said, I'm going to go to the store. I went to shop, right? And I fired up the old barbecue.
That's the J.
And just did my own thing. I was on my cheap stuff this weekend, man. So, but took a lot out of me. So I was cooking and entertaining and whatever. Good time, though. Shout out to my homies, my family, whole family actually. But Ransom and Aloe, they came up, can you pay the visit, whatever. So that was a good look. But other than that, no, doing well, man. Doing well, man. Been a good week. Still back on. Got to get back onto my get right, though. You know what I'm saying? I had a little bump in the road. I forget what weekend it was, but it all went south. and I need to get back north. So, but other than that, doing well. Had a great time this past week at the middle school. I'm working with the Voorhees Basketball Association, doing that, and just a great time, and just been a pretty good week. Looking forward to this week coming up too.
Oh yeah, that was a great time. Some great basketball. It's funny. I still talk about. I guess it must have been the 3rd and 4th grade girls game that second night.
That went to
double overtime.
Mm-hmm.
There was no baskets almost the entire way, and then they were able to get a couple baskets at the end, including the buzzer beater.
Good
games.
A lot of good games. A lot of good just parental involvement.
I was just going to say the same thing. Watching everyone come together, watching the other people support their friends. Mm-hmm. It was a really cool atmosphere and environment, and it's fun seeing. At that age, you start to see like who's really invested, who's there for the entertainment value, and you say, you know what, they got a future maybe. So
yes. But you know what I did? I actually called my son after the 4th or 5th grade boys team or whatever played. I called my son. I said, son, I realized I was wrong. I was wrong. I seen all the mistakes these kids was making, and they was just being kids. And I called him, I said, you know what, son? I think I might have been a little harder on you.
I'm sure, probably.
I'm thinking about something like, damn, I had like a flashback moment like, yo, that parent, because I was that parent, sitting from the stands, yelling.
You were.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I was.
Yeah, you missed the guy in the low post, and he's just...
It was more like trying to get him to get started. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, Jason, he run once and down the court, it was a wrap. He was tired as hell, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't breathe. And I don't know. I was like, I had a reflective moment. I was like, I apologize. I am so sorry. And then we went to... He tried out for this AU team, right? He was out there in Winslow. And I don't know, I had a flashback there when we played in Winslow, and we used to always get beat by Winslow. And I remember a moment, I was in the stands yelling and screaming. That's when he had a baldy, too. He would get that one a month cut. You know what I'm saying? I said, son, I might have been a little... I said, son, I apologize, man. I might have been a little hard on you, man. I might have been a little hard on you, you know what I mean? So, but no, it was great times, though. Great, very tiring, though, I'll be honest with you. I was a little tired, though. But I'm a little older and carrying that stuff. Well, actually, no, because we didn't carry nothing. But, just long days, man. From like 6:15 to like 9:30.
They were,
man, you know
and we had the verbal and nonverbal communication between the producer and the announcer.
Yeah, well, Randy doesn't believe me. That's what
I know.
He doesn't believe me. It's like I tell him something, and he's like, in his mind, he's saying, "Shut the F up." That's what he's saying. No, that's what he's saying, though. Because
there was a few
I told him, I said,
there was a few questionable looks I may have thrown back at you.
Listen, when you stand here, this is what's going to happen. He's like, oh, okay. And go right back to the spot. And then I would, and then happens.
And then I wouldn't look at him
like
I wouldn't look at him either. I was like,
I'm like, what's wrong with him? So I'm like, listen. You know what I'm saying?
It was like the coach on the sideline. Let me talk to you for a minute.
So finally, coach, I started laughing. I said, yo, listen, I still understand. Like, what is it is that you don't believe me or something? Like, what don't you understand?
I got the call in from the coach, and like I was a little embarrassed because people saw that, they were like,
right, that's what I'm saying, right? I'm like, just come in. Like, I said, Randy, what is it? Is it me or something? Because I promise you, I told you not to do that, and you go right back to that. He went right back to that same spot. It was like, it looked at me like that. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
The one time I just knew I was wrong. I looked at you like, oh, my bad. I knew I was wrong.
So,
yeah. He's like, if you go here, the speaker and the microphone don't work together.
It's like it's going to ring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like he didn't want to believe me. So, it's all good.
But it was fun. It was a shout out to that. What was it? The team the last night, the 7th, 8th, 9th grade girls team, that blue team, they could play.
Oh, yeah. That's, Chuck, that's always messing in. Doherty. Yeah, that's his team.
Yeah, they could play.
Yeah, he's a good coach, too.
Yeah.
So, no, absolutely. They were definitely tough, man. That zone, that's tough. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, It was. And who was it? Shout out to our old coworker, Rachel Syracuse. Now, her son, Cole, he could.
Oh, Cole Syracuse can bowl. Yeah, he can bowl. And who else was it? It was Jack Baker.
Jack Baker. Yes.
Jack Baker. Jack Baker, he got a little game with him.
Yeah. Look,
Already.
that's a name, though, that you want to keep an eye out for. Yeah.
Shout out to you, Randy. You're developing your style. You know what I'm saying? And with the bucket. You got your own little style going on, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So, you were really good. You know what I'm saying? You were really good. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to you.
I appreciate it. It was,
you know what I mean?
It was a good time. And again, shout out John Connors.
Absolutely.
Took care of us well that night. Very well.
And you got a little more friendly as time went on. Right?
What do you mean?
At first, it was like, get off the court, stay off the court.
You know what it was? There's a fine line between assertion and what.
Right.
So I had to find that fine line because it was tough because we were trying to do the the post game acknowledgement for all the teams, and of course, kids come, they got the balls in between, so you're, and then even not just that, parents too want to come on the court, and we're trying to keep it clear to acknowledge it. So, but I think we're able to work it out.
Good job.
We're able to work it out.
I said, you might want to just be a little. Maybe say, please stay off.
Well, there was a couple pleases, but
they did a good job.
You get 3 pleases and then you're done.
Yeah.
And then you're done. One thing I was noticing is, and this is a word to the wise for those younger folks who are working jobs. And they have to understand their environment.
They have to know their audience. That is correct. That's correct.
And that's even talk about those who are working events as third party.
Yes. They have to know their audience. But because I'm just not built that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't do that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'll just send a generalize from me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't put nobody on blast, nothing like that. That's just not my style. You know what I'm saying? Some people, that's their style. So if it was the other way around, they'd probably do it to me. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like what I regret though is that I didn't even I didn't say nothing. I didn't use it as a teaching moment. You know what I'm saying? I kind of let the moment pass by. I should have took it as a teaching moment. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to teach a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, you know what? Know your audience. Just because, you might see somebody in one regard doesn't mean that they're not seen in other regards. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it's all good, though. It was all good. It was a great time. Great day of festivities, and just look forward to doing it again. Look forward to other seasons. Look forward to other sports as well, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, listen. We haven't been on since the Super Bowl. I do want to apologize.
I was going to say
Randy got really nasty with me one time. I did have to circle back and ask, hey, listen, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Were you serious about this? Yeah, he got very nasty. Got very nasty. Got a bassy boom. I said, ouch, wait a minute. Hold up. I was just joking, but are you serious here? It was uncomfortable for me for a second. But you know what? Listen, I understand it was a fresh wound.
Well, you know what it was? You said, are you okay?
I said no.
Multiple times. And I told you I'm okay, Jay.
No, here's what I said. I said, I could talk junk since, you started talking a little junk about my Giants, but I won't go there. That was the exact line. And you know what you said.
I don't remember the exact moment. I am black.
But it's all good. But listen, shout out to the Eagles, though. You know what I'm saying? They did play a good season. I do feel bad that y'all lost. I felt bad that Jalen lost. You know what I'm saying? He gave it all he got. Kind of got reminded of it this morning. Actually, I was up early and I saw a commercial on Hulu with Mahomes, and he was like, where are you going? He said, I'm going to Disneyland. I was like, damn, that's right, they lost. Yeah, and we haven't talked about it.
I know. I was going to say we really haven't.
We haven't processed it. So I'm saying, hey, listen, you know what? I was all in and rooting. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you, and I thought. Albeit it was a holding call, I just don't think you call that at that moment. But if it's the other way around, I want you to call it. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just unfortunate. I hope some of the cautioners are not saying Talk about a fall from grace, too.
man.
Yeah, but I hope the Carsoners are not saying, "Oh, well, we would have won the Super Bowl if Jalen didn't fumble." I hope that's
I mean,
not-
no, there were people that said that's a contributing factor, but that's not the reason why we lost.
Okay,
At
he
all.
made it back up.
Of course, it's a contributing
Yeah.
factor.
Right.
That's not why we
right.
lost.
But he made up for it, though.
Yes, he did. And we also don't get there without him. We're not in that game without him. We're not, that was on the defense why we lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, absolutely. But, it was a great season. I mean, they're still in a good position in this offseason. They got high draft picks. I mean, they got some holes to refill. But, I mean, they're in a good position right now.
Okay.
To be right back in it this year.
Well, you got the GM of the year. You got an award-winning GM. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to make sure you guys always be competitive. And I mean, he's just such a genius. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you say that? I mean, comparing, particularly you brought it up about Carson. I mean, did you see this? Did you see this? Matter of fact, I think I shared something that you said.
Oh, man. Yeah. Listen.
Yeah, did you see that, Coach? I think I tagged you.
You did.
I know you guys don't like to be tagged or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm probably being smart, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, if Jason Bryce,
Antagonistic.
if I ever see a Jason
if I
Bryce
get
tag
tagged,
you, I'm like, oh,
I'm
I have to take a minute. Like,
But I mean, it's I mean, I was like, wow, you said, all right, Foles is gone. It's your time to shine, Carson.
yeah, that did not age well at all.
Yeah, it's all good.
It did not age well.
all good.
I mean, and the fall from grace now, he's not even attached to a team.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Why do you keep saying fall from grace? I mean, who put him?
I mean, I put him on.
Yeah,
up there.
in your
And,
mind, he was.
I mean, he was there. He was up there in many Eagles fans' minds. So
Okay. Well, now the question, and this is a possible. I mean, because we'll have some other questions as we continue to talk with Coach Bird and everything. And I see him on too. We'll put you on and we can bring you on in a second. Who is one of the front runner questions could be whose fall from grace is worse, Carson or Ben?
I mean, I still say Carson.
I think it's Ben.
I think it's Carson. You know why? Because at least Ben's still playing. He's still getting.
Well, it hasn't been as long. You gotta give him a chance. He's on. Is he playing? They benched him for the season.
No. Is he done for the season?
Yeah, he hasn't.
They
even
shut him
been
down,
playing, man.
Wait, they did shut him down?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
He said he still has his back
He said
issues
his back issues going on. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's funny. The Nets been playing better since that trade.
Yes. I will say this though. I was talking with some people and was talking about the KC, and is he a victim of the KC?
No.
You don't think so?
I'm not giving him that. No, that's a cop out.
I'm saying, but there's been a lot of victims of the KC though.
But that's a cop out for him now.
I'm just saying though.
Because after the KC, he was still flourishing. And then
Really?
Yeah.
Think of everybody that has experienced the KC. They've had falls from grace. Chris Humphries.
Except for one.
Who's the one?
Devin Booker.
You know what?
He's been okay. He's just got it. You already knew. You already knew what the KC was.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew what it was already. Yeah. Oh, okay, all right. But I didn't even know David Booker was. He
might still be active though.
Oh, okay.
He might be active.
That might be why he's still okay. All right. But Chris Humphries.
But Chris Humphries was never anything anyway. But go ahead.
Tristan Thompson.
Did he fall? Like he didn't really fall. He's
the world champion. What are you talking about?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was.
But that's what I'm
champion.
saying.
So I don't think he's not in the league no more. I don't think.
But should he be?
No, I don't think.
Like, should he be if he wasn't? Like,
Thompson was okay, man. He was like the Cavaliers' Draymond.
Tristan Thompson played how many years in the league? He had a good career. It wasn't like it just.
I'm surprised it's over though. You think he's that old or what?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then of course. Kanye.
Well, that
has more to do with it than the KC.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the obvious one.
I'm just saying. And now Ben, you know what I'm saying? Ben, he hasn't been right. Was that what was going on while he was in Philly? He couldn't. His heart was broke. Just saying.
I don't think with that.
A broken heart can either affect a man negatively or positively.
Oh, for sure.
Either one or the other. You could either say, all right, I'm going to get my revenge and be successful.
The revenge?
Or I'm gonna miss you forever. She's one or the other. I'm never gonna be the same.
That's true.
So you got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Ben hasn't taken that and gotten better. Like he's like terrible now.
Yeah.
He's terrible. All right, let's get Coach up in the building here. It's been a while since I did this here, so give me a second.
You got it, Jay. You're good.
You think so?
I think you do.
You gonna listen?
I think you're good.
You think so? Let's see. There we go. I gotta be able to see though. That's the thing. I can't see. You can talk though.
No, it's good. There's Coach Bird. I see him right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing?
What's good, fellas?
I'm good. I'm
What's up,
good.
Coach? How you doing?
Good. Once again, we are very pleased to welcome Setchawaya Bird, Coach West Hampton Tech basketball. How are you? Also a host of the Birdcage Show. That is an awesome show. Also check out. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got up nice and early, got my little workout in. You know what I'm saying? A little healthy breakfast. So I'm happy to be here with you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. CJ, there Coach is on his get right. So
Let's get right. I don't know if it did. You know, did you stay home last night, Coach? Or you know what I mean? Or you still went out and then was able to do all that?
Yo, man, I'm 52, so I go out early.
Okay, that's all right. See, I was still hurting from Friday. I don't know if it's one day if I go out and I don't get enough rest, I'm like backed up. Like I had to shut it down, man. So, but no, kudos to that though. Great job of getting up early. Listen, you inspired me. I want to do that. I want to get up early, eat healthy, and get a walk in or get some type of exercise in or whatever. So that's good stuff though, bro. Good stuff.
Absolutely. So, Coach, I know you've been listening a little bit here. So, I know, before we get into yourself and a little bit about yourself, any thoughts on the Eagles or the Sixers topic we were talking about?
The Sixers, man. I'm a 4-for-4 guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Flyers are sucking up the joint right now. You know
God, are they ever?
I still keep an eye on them as well. You know what I mean? But hey, man, I'm the Sixers. I need to see what they do in the postseason. That's where I'm at with the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I watch the games, of course. You know what I mean? Because I'm a fan. But we got to get out the second round. So let's see if that.
Right. No, I hear you on that. Let me ask you: are you originally from Jersey, Coach, or are you from Philly?
I'm from Camden, New Jersey.
Oh, Camden, New Jersey. Okay. All right. So you didn't.
Go ahead. Answer your question.
But I mean, I thought I was doing that.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But Coach, you didn't root for the New Jersey Nets, or?
Nah. I was always because my dad would take me to the games at a young age and whatnot. So
okay,
it was all about the Eagles, the Phillies. You know what I'm saying? All that.
Okay.
Sixers. So yeah, I was just always fan.
So you don't. I mean, I'm just curious. I'm doing like a little. I got looks over here. I'm doing a little survey. I'm just trying to figure out how come when you're from Jersey, you don't root for like the home team.
I mean, you figure, Camden, we're like 15 minutes away from Philly, so what I'm saying. Like, I think it's a proximity type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not living in North Jersey, so we're not going up there to go see those guys play. But we can hop right across Ben Franklin and be at the stadium in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. No, it makes sense. I'm just trying. Yeah, I know. I think you said that, right? It's a proximity.
Proximity is the word.
It is
proximity.
We've been trying to stress this to Jay over and over again.
No, I just don't understand. I mean, again, like if I'm just saying, as New York.
Well, wait a minute. I knew you were going to go there. So Jay thinks he can root for every New York team because he's from New York. Even the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to let you think about that question. You know what I'm saying? Jay thinks that he could root for every New York team. Why wouldn't I root for every New York team? I'm from New York. Oh. Shouldn't you root for every New Jersey team since you're from Jersey?
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, I know. It's a proximity thing.
Exactly.
Right. I understand it. It's all good.
Now we'll get into a little bit more of that, though, Coach. But I also just want to talk more about yourself. Tell us a little about. I know, obviously, the coach of West Hampton Tech. The guys had a great season this year. Division champions. So congratulations on
Absolutely.
that. Tell us a little about your coaching career. Also, a little bit about just like who influenced you to want to be a coach. Just tell us a little bit about how you got into the coaching world in general.
Yeah, that's an easy one. My dad, you know what I'm saying? He's 81 and he still coaches me. You know what I'm saying? So I lived with a coach. He started the Centerville Simbas in Camden youth football organization. He was the one, him and a couple of his buddies, the ones that created that back in '69. So I've been being coached all my life. So I knew once my playing days were over, I was going to be a coach. You know what I'm saying? So as far as basketball, because I coach all three. I coach, like currently right now, like you said, I'm the head basketball coach at West Tech, but I also coach football and baseball at Pennsauken where I teach at. So, you know, my whole life has just been centered around sports. So when I stopped playing and my playing days were over and I got into teaching, I knew I wanted to add that coaching bit to the whole situation. So I started basketball-wise. My first head coaching spot was Pennsauken. I coached at Camden High for a couple years, and now I'm at West Tech. I think this is my 8th year being at West Tech.
Shout out, one of my good buddies is a teacher there and was watching Matt Goldstein.
Yeah. Goldie.
Yeah, so he was looking forward to it. Very cool. So let me ask you: so you coach all three sports.
Mhm.
What's your one thing that you preach no matter what sport you're coaching?
Just hard work and commitment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see it more and more now. These guys have every excuse in the world not to be at off-season workouts or miss practice because of this and that and everything else. And, you know, all those sports, man, if you put the work in, you know what I mean, you'll get success out of it. So I just preach hard work and commitment, dedication, those type of things across the board because, I mean, that works in life. I look at sports, you know, as teaching you life lessons because a lot of the adversity that you go through in sports, when you go through them in life, you'll be able to handle them a little differently. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Coach, what you got?
Coach, how are you? Congratulations on your division championship. Not very happy about it, but congratulations. As we were a victim of that. No, one thing, you know, playing your team the last couple of years, you guys always play hard, and there's no, whether you're up, down, you know, even scouting your games, like, you know, the guys are always going to play hard. How do you instill that into everybody that comes through the program? Because I've seen guys that have been there for 4 years that have that mentality, but then there's also guys who may transfer in who pick up that mentality and just, you know, have it once they get on the floor with you.
Right. Well, Coach, that's an easy one too. It's called playing time. Like, you're not playing the way that we need you to play, you're not going to play. So, you know, everybody wants to be on that floor as much as possible. So, you know, they put in the work. I mean, these guys, man, I got to give them the credit too, though. You know what I'm saying? They put in the work during the off season, and we try to instill that practice during the off season. So when we get to the season, we don't have to spend time to try to get these guys to play hard. And I mean, you know, so far they just been buying into, you know, what me and my staff has been preaching, and I'm definitely grateful for that because it does make it a lot easier when those guys are out there giving it their all.
For sure. Now, what would you say, what's your overall philosophy in basketball? Like, this is the way that I want my guys to play. Like, this is the things that what would be your overall philosophy?
Defense. You know what I'm saying? Defense, and more defense. I tell my guys a 9-7 victory all day. You know what I'm saying? All we got to do is score 1 point more than the opponent. And if we're not on offensively that day, if we're playing defense the way we need to play defense, we'll always be in the basketball game. So my whole thing is defense. So that's why I make sure my other guys, my staff, are offensive guys because I don't care about offense.
Got it. Cool. Absolutely. Jay, how about yourself?
Yeah, how you doing, Coach? I've seen, you know, when I first came up here, I worked a job, and one of the coaches' players was somebody that I knew that we had, a relationship. I'll say that. And early on, I was able to, you know, kind of observe that and observe how he played and stuff like that. But then just going forward, and you talked about being at West Hampton Tech, and then you coached in Camden and stuff like that. How do you handle like kids that, because you know you said sports is a lot like life. Mm-hmm. So you know how do you handle a kid that is really good at sports, but life seems to be really struggling in their realm, so to speak. Some of it's their doing, but some of them there's not their fault.
Right.
Like,
Right.
how do you handle that and still keep them engaged? Because you've been able to do that with, I know one particular person, but I know in general, I'm sure you've done that many times before. So how do you keep that person locked in, so to speak?
I mean, it varies, you know what I'm saying, from situation to situation. But I like to think that I earn the respect of these kids. Like, they know that Coach Bird is here, that I care about these kids on and off the court, and Coach Bird will do everything in his power to help these kids out on and off the court. You know what I'm saying? So I think the respect factor has a lot to do with it. Just letting them also know that sports is definitely a privilege. So some of the decisions that we make, sports can be taken from us. You know what I'm saying? You just look recently at the situation with, my alma mater, Camden High, and Wilson. I still call it Wilson. Eastside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got that privilege taken away just because of, some reactions that happened on the court. You know what I mean? So a lot of times when kids buy into that and they understand that this can be taken away, that helps to kind of, help with some of the off the court situations.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. And then I think my next question is, and I feel like as a counselor, guidance counselor, but also a counselor, and dealing with, just various people over the course of years that I've been dealing with. How do you get the kid to understand that star athlete or that athlete that has potential? How do you get them to understand that as much as you are good and practice and do that workout with your skill wise, how do you get them to understand that the grades is like vital too, and that and getting the kid to understand that they're not just a commodity, that their brain is what matters as well? Like, how do you do that?
It's bad to say that can't help it all. I've learned that. I've been teaching for 29 years now, and as much as we think that we can save everybody, you can't save everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have those kids that just don't get it. You know what I mean? But for the kids that do get it, it's just a lot of, I try to lead by example. I try to tell them my stories. You know what I'm saying? Because when I graduated from Camden High, I went to Lehigh to play football, and I didn't take care of the classwork. So that's how I wound up at Rutgers and Camden. You know what I'm saying? So I try to let them know that these grades, like, coaches are coming in. When coaches call me and ask about my players, they're asking what's that GPA first. And kids understand that. So we try to get at them like early in their careers, like their freshman year. Let them know that what you do your freshman year, grade wise, you know what I'm saying, is going to determine your ability to be eligible for athletic scholarship if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? So we just try to stay on them and let them know. I'm fortunate that some kids wait too long and then come their senior year, they don't understand that you can't up your GPA by getting a couple A's your senior year when you had all D's and C's.
Right.
We try to just from an early age try to instill and talk to them about the importance of getting good grades, because without those grades there is no whatever sport you play.
Right. No, that's good stuff, man. Like, I try to tell a lot of kids, like, yo, God forbid something happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be, that might change your career trajectory where you may not be able to, play anymore or whatever. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take care of the balance. And I think the hardest job sometimes is trying to convince the parent of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a tough job, because the parent, and I think I might be guilty of it a little bit myself. That, anytime you got a, child playing the sport, you want to see him play and you want to see him be victorious. And sometimes you're like, oh man, but you ain't doing well in school, man. So it's like, I'm always like fighting with myself, like, dang, I really want to see him play. But I'm like, nah, I can't be no sucker and let him play. And then, in that, he failed in like 3 subjects, like that can't happen. So, you know what I'm saying? But some parents don't think that way. Some parents are like, yo, just do what you can to get him on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or get him on the field. You know what I mean?
I think that has to do with a lot of kids, or I'll say a lot of kids that I deal with a lot. Their parents didn't do what they need to do in school as far as grade wise, so it's not that really important to them. So they're not really pushing it for their kids. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
so kind of like we got to educate the parents as well as the student athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And oftentimes, I think also, it's unfortunate because the parent didn't do what they needed to do or whatever. Well, not say that they didn't do, but the education wasn't as vital to them as it should have been. They then look at this as an opportunity to change everybody's life if this particular child makes it here or if this child makes it there. And that's not fair pressure for the kid either, man. I see a lot of these kids athletes, they're dealing with, particularly in certain areas, they're dealing with a lot of pressure because they're like, yo, I remember one time kid told me, he's like, nah, I'm trying to put on for my city and change everything for my family and do all this. I'm like, yo, wow, that's a lot for a sophomore, bro. Like you need to you nice though, but you need to what else you want to do? Like what else you want to be? Like, you know what I mean? Like you could change the trajectory of your family if you just become a dentist. You know what I'm saying? Or you
Right.
know what I'm saying? You can become anything, you know what I mean? So great stuff that you're doing though, bro. Great stuff that you're doing. So I'm definitely inspired by that.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you, I know going back to sports, I know you said 4 for 4 guy and all the sports that you coach. I got to ask you, in regards to baseball, and you're a big baseball guy, as am I. What's your thoughts on this new pitch clock?
You know what? I've been watching some of the spring training games, and I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with it at all. You know what I mean, baseball needs some changes anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they're losing out on a generation the generation under us is not really heavily into baseball. I feel like guys our age and older. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like one of those traditionalists where we got to keep everything the same. So I don't have no problem with the new bases. I don't have no problem with the pitch clock. The only thing I don't like is that they're still doing the extra innings, starting the guy out on second base. I just don't like that rule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's getting a little bit for me to get used to. And I was talking to a good friend of mine who's a baseball guy, and he kind of brought me over to the side of getting used to these new changes. I just think they have to work on a few different issues. Because I know the other day the game ended because of a pitch clock violation. And I'm like, wait a minute. Could you imagine Game 7 of the World Series ended like
that? Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I did see that.
So,
I don't know. I mean, I think it has some advantages. I don't like it because I think there was, I just think there's an advantage to, making that batter wait and, kind of stopping and even the batters being able to step out the box. Yeah. And I just think that's all like a psychological type of warfare that goes on between the pitcher and the hitter. You know what I'm saying? So
they'll find their ways around this rule like they find their ways around everything else.
Yeah, I mean, like I just saw yesterday, they tried to ban the shift. And then I saw yesterday that they're like, you know what, we're just going to play with 2 outfielders then. and they moved the fielders, around to basically still have the shift.
Got you.
Right.
So,
and then the reason I kind of knew about it is Matt Scherzer. Yeah, he got a balk.
Yeah,
I'm saying trying to because now you can hurry up the pitch too. So I don't know. I mean, they'll get used to, like you said, they'll get used to it, and hopefully it doesn't hurt the Phillies as they make their run for the World Series this year.
It's World Series or bust.
I agree.
Oh well, I don't know about that.
It's World Series. It really is.
Oh, really?
So I know, Coach, you had said going back to like the Sixers, and that's a lot of people. They'd excited, big win last night over the Bucks, and then but because of the last few seasons, a lot of us have said, and I agree, get me past the second round, and then we can talk.
Right.
Where's your head at as far as their likelihood of doing that and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, breaking through that barrier?
My faith is a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like they just, when they play these good teams, I mean, to me, I see some inconsistencies. Like, you know what I'm saying? 1 minute we look great against great opponents. The next minute we look like we're not even going to get the first round. You know what I'm saying? So if they can get consistent in these last couple games that we got and get on a roll, going into the playoffs, I think there's a chance that we can finally get out the second round. But if we go stumbling into the playoffs, then we're going to be in trouble once again.
Yeah, I as much as I like Doc Rivers, you know, I liked him when he was playing.
Let me go on record and say that I am not a fan of Doc Rivers.
Coach over here shaking.
Yo, listen. As much as I liked him. I liked him when he played for the Hawks. I loved him when he played for the Knicks. I think that maybe he's just. I don't know. I mean, you know, those old time. Now he's like an old time coach now. You know what I'm saying? I think like them young cats coming up, like the Missoula. What's this? Missoula, whatever. Yeah. Those type of coaches. Younger, and they just outfox the older ones, and I'm not sure why it's like that. Like Doc is always, I'm always wanting to be, you know, faithful, but I've seen him. We've had big leads, and we have to be one of the teams that always has big leads and lose them and lose the game. We have to be one of the most teams that has the most losses like that. I mean, it's terrible, you know. And you can tell he's old. I mean, how many times have you seen Doc like bent over like he gotta use the bathroom? That's just how he stands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've never seen a coach, even growing up, you've never seen a coach stand like that. No. Now, most of them were able to kneel and be on their knees. Yeah. He stands like I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Right, is. Yeah. You know what? I'm not a Doc fan at all, but I'll give Doc credit in this. Just like the way I think they lose leads all the time, in a few games lately, they've been able to come back when they're down. So I'll give him, you know, you can't, and I don't like Doc at all. I think he's over. I think his teams have always underachieved, except for the 1 year when you had 4 Hall of Famers. Other than that, I think, you know, those Clippers years, they were always supposed to go farther. The Sixers years now, I think they're, you know, we've had some teams that we thought should have gone farther. I just don't think he's going to put them in a situation where if they're not better than another team, they're not going to be able to beat them. And I think that's what's going to happen with these playoffs, because if they're going to be the 3 seed, that means they're going to have to beat either a Boston or Milwaukee in the second round, and then a Boston or Milwaukee in the conference finals. And there's no way, I don't think we can beat either of them in one round, let alone try to do it back-to-back times. So I think they need a young, I shouldn't say young. They need a coach that can think outside the box and kind of get them to do different things and not just say, all right, here's how we're going to play. This is what we're going to do no matter what.
Right. I agree there. I definitely agree there. And before we continue, Coach, am I allowed to say congratulations?
Oh yeah. I mean, yes, you can say congratulations.
All right.
I appreciate it.
I talked to Valori the other day, and he told me that he's stepping down and that you're going to be taking over the program. So
yes, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Fantastic, Coach. Fantastic, man. That's awesome. Great stuff. Well deserved.
Yes, indeed.
Well deserved. So I want to ask you also, Coach, and we've had this debate too. What's your thoughts on Tyrese Maxey, and what do you think his role should be with the Sixers?
Man, and that's been talked about a lot too. As far as him, should he start? Should he come off the bench? I kind of go back and forth. I liked when he was in that starting role. But I can kind of see why Doc has him coming off the bench right now, because he's, you know, trying to have some scoring off that bench. And I think that's one of the reasons I don't think Doc is a good fit for the Sixers, because his rotations leave me baffled sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But in my personal opinion, I think he'll eventually be a full-time starter. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Harden rolls up out of here. You know what I mean? I like him as a starter, but I can kind of understand why Doc is doing what he's doing right. You know what I'm saying? But Tyrese has to get consistent. I go back to that consistency statement. Tyrese has to get consistent. I don't care if he's starting or coming off the bench. I mean, because when he's coming off the bench, he's still getting starter minutes. So just because you're not getting your name introduced when the lights go off at home and the smoke is going, come on, man. You got to come off the bench and get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The problem with the whole thing And I don't think it would be as much of a stress on Tyrese
as on DeAnthony, right?
Well, no, not even that. I think the problem with the team right now is Tobias. Because with Tobias not producing, now it puts more pressure on where are we getting this other scoring from. And now you Maxey's got to go here, he's got to go there because we need scoring because Tobias isn't producing. And I don't think Tobias, I'm an all-star, not that guy. We just need the 15 to 18 a night just to be consistent so we know we're getting that.
I agree that he has to definitely he's getting paid a lot of money. He needs to step up a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think, but I also think that, see, Tyrese, he started last night.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, but then see it's like when he got hurt, right? So then you've seen the emergence of DeAnthony Melton. So I think the fear of is if you put him back in the start and you throw DeAnthony on the bench, like he's not going to, because DeAnthony has stepped up this year a little bit. So I think that's in his head a little bit as well. Tyrese is the reason why they need Tyrese. They need somebody like Tyrese because they need that quick guard that can go end to end, that can give them a different change of pace scoring and get out in transition. Tobias, you're right. He just needs to, when he plays well, the Sixers will win. He doesn't play well, they're not going to win because he's that additional scorer. But the problem is that he just, I don't know. He's from Long Island too. You know what I mean? So I don't really like to go on my New York dudes like that. But he's just, I don't even know what it is about him. But I can tell you when he shoots, every time he shoots, I'm almost like off. Like I'm never like, yeah, it's money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like off. Yeah, look at this Tobias. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, the Sixers need help on the bench though. So that's where I think about the rotations, right? I'd be like, damn, Doc, like, you had this, you seen the league go, especially in Boston, right? With the Boston game, you saw the league go from like, 18, 19 to like 3. Mm-hmm. He ain't called timeout. He ain't make no adjustments. It's like, I believe
because he got to go to the bathroom.
No, right. I believe you got to have belief in your bench, right? So you got to have belief in the Springer kid. He's all right, you know what I'm saying. But I do like Paul Reed. I like him. But I don't like Shake Milton like that. I think he's shaky. I think he's selfish. You know what I'm saying. I like Niang though. You know what I'm saying. But you gotta know when to go back with your starters and stuff like that. But my only issue with the Sixers, honestly, is that James Harden is lazy. He's not getting on the floor. Like, their ball would be right here. James would be standing like this. Oh, let me see. Let me see. I can't get it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like he's not going to do any of that, the small little things. He's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I think we go as far as James goes, and I don't think that's very far. It's just that simple. I don't think that's very far. You know what I mean? I think he's great in the regular season. You saw last night he was good, 11 for 26. That's still not, that's okay, right? But 38, he's a good point guard. But the fact is you need more out of him for that kind of money. And then you're hearing these rumors, you think about going back to Houston. And then go.
See,
yeah.
If I'm Houston, I'm like, no, we don't want you.
Yeah, why?
Nothing to do with you.
Absolutely, Coach. I was gonna ask you too. I know we going back to the Eagles a little bit. You're Howie Roseman right now.
Okay.
What's the contract you offered Jalen Hurts? Or do you let him play it out?
Nah, I'm definitely gonna lock him in. What's Mahomes getting right now? Like, what a year?
$1 billion or something? I don't know. What
did he get? Like $500 million?
Yeah, I think he got $500 million. Let me see. Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Wow.
I'm not giving him that, but I'm gonna get him close. I'm gonna make it. He's gonna be the highest paid, I think, until like Burrow's contract and they do some other things with some of the other quarterbacks. But I'm gonna get him up there because he's playing well, and I think he can sustain that level for the next couple of years. So we definitely want to make sure he's happy and keep him here. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try to break the bank if I don't have to, but I'm definitely gonna make him one of the highest paid QBs.
Yeah, Mahomes is 10-year, 450, so $45 million a year.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to get him close. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely. I'm not going over that though. I'm not going over 45.
See, I would go right now. I'd say give him a 5-year, $200 million, $40 million a year.
Okay, I like that.
And backload it so that you can still be competitive.
Right. Because that's the big thing. That's what I'm saying. You got it, because you're gonna have to get rid of some of these folk, and we got to have some money in the kitty to bring some other folk in.
I say give him the baseline will be something equivalent to what you gave Carson. Is that fair? That's the baseline. And I'm not sure what you gave Carson at that time, but that should be the baseline.
Well, you should blow that. It should blow that contract out of the water. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. But that should be the baseline. I'm not sure what
that was like 5 years, 130 or something.
He should get way more.
He should get more than that, right? So it should not be less than that.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Because he actually won the game. I mean, he got won playoff games, and he did.
You got to bring it up. So I'll ask Coach. Coach, what role do you think Carson Wentz played in winning that Super Bowl for the Eagles?
None. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't in the game, so you know what I mean. He had a good season up until he got hurt. So I guess he put the team in position to have a good spot. The playoffs started and all that, but I mean, he had nothing to do with it.
That's fair.
I'm not a Carson. As you can see.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, listen, I was a huge Carson fan. I'll be the first to admit it. It took me a long time to get off that Carson wagon. But we still don't win the Super Bowl without what.
Were you a Carson fan that season?
No. I mean, I was happy that the team was winning. Like, I didn't like when they picked him up. I don't know what it is. I just didn't feel as though he deserved that spot. But I mean, I was definitely rooting for the team, of course. So, I wasn't a fan, but I was happy that he was going.
I got you.
Yeah.
And then So I'm just there's other people out there. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's why there's Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors. So.
You know what I'm saying? But I do want to ask your opinion about something, and maybe we can have this little conversation. I just noticed it last night. Ja Morant. He's suspended now.
Yeah.
He made a statement. He's got a good publicist, of course.
For sure.
But what is it? Like, what are your thoughts about that? I mean, I just think the Memphis Grizzlies, they're a little too cocky. You know what I'm saying? Especially for having won nothing. You know what I'm saying? But just now we're going to that level. I mean, just some thoughts on that.
I mean, go ahead. Oh, no, you got it, Coach.
All right, I was just going to say, man, it's these kids today, man, and this whole social media situation. Like, I mean, you gotta make the right decisions with your social media. Like, why are you waving a gun? Like, you're a superstar in the making, and you're going to wave a gun on your social media page? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? And you see it a lot in these kids. Like, I've had to talk to different kids about cleaning up their social media situations. Like, you're trying to, put yourself in position to get scholarships. You know what I'm saying? And coaches are looking at your social media pages. So be careful. This guy is a multi-millionaire. Now he's being suspended, missing game check because of something so stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure he had sponsorships and things like that. Now you putting your sponsorship stuff in trouble and jeopardy and things like that. I really don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I was surprised, though. I thought, I was definitely surprised that he would do that. You know what I'm saying? I know he can be cocky. I know he can be brash. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and he has a game to back that up. I don't have a problem with that.
Sure.
But come on, man. You got to think about these decisions. You're changing your families, your future families, you know what I mean, financial situation. And now you're putting that in jeopardy for what? You know what I mean? So, like, come on, stop being so tough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is, right? You said at the end, like, stop trying to be tough. Stop trying to be gangster. Stop trying to be, like, just be who you are. Because, I grew up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Like, and people have to understand, like, that's okay. Like being a black male, like there's nothing wrong with like that's what it was. That's what it is. Like, that doesn't change anything. Just be who you are. And from a lot of the guys that have come out and spoke about the situation with him, like this is not who he is. This is him trying to be that persona that he's trying to,
and even like his dad is one of his biggest supporters.
Yeah. It's not like, it's interesting to see that he's trying to put this persona out there of who he is and who, and a lot of guys, even guys from his past are saying that's not who he is.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Wow. But like what I think is very interesting now, as Nike has a huge,
you just took the words out of my mouth, Coach.
As they dropped Kyrie because of his situation, and now Josh Shue is supposed to be coming out here any day now, any week, whatever it is. What does Nike do with this?
Because this is way worse than what Kyrie Irving.
It's going to be interesting.
Yes, I agree.
And he also has the allegations out there about him beating up a 17-year-old and then putting a gun in his face too. So that's still out there. So
I mean, I hope that he still, is able to get his contract now. I mean, he's still a young boy. Okay, so what I'm saying, he definitely needs to, still be able to have that opportunity. But he needs to grow up fast. His father needs to. Especially his father's in his life. His father needs to kind of have conversations with him that, I'm not sure if you're being influenced. Maybe it's the Dylan Brooks over there that's influencing him. I'm not sure what it is, but even his father who got into it with Shannon Sharpe? His father, right? So sometimes, and I was just having this conversation with someone. Sometimes good times and bad times bring the worst out of people. And, so some of that stuff is in you and it comes out. Now you have money and now you think that you're invincible or whatever the case may be. You think you could do anything or whatever. So, it's a lack of maturity. And,
absolutely.
And really, to be honest, I'm not sure if this claim to fame has affected the father.
I think it definitely has. And it goes back, like Coach Bird said it, when he first came on, he said, my dad's 81 and he still coaches me. I feel like Ja's dad has turned from his dad to almost a fan,
his boy, right?
To his boy, to now it's we're superstars. Not you're a superstar, we're superstars. And now his dad is not. I'm not gonna say he's not his dad anymore, but his dad's not pushing him to be the best man he can be any longer. Now it's we've made it, and it's like
Stephen A. Smith said the same thing when he talked about it. He said that T. Moran has to step in and be his dad again and not be his boy. Yeah, and that is your son. You need to reel him back in.
Right. Yeah, right. I agree with that.
You seen that with is he becoming the new LeVar Ball?
Well, I mean,
LeVar was tough on his kids.
I was gonna say he was. Okay. And as funny as thing is, as much as his antics, all his kids were successful. He would, as far as with their careers. I mean, people made fun of him, but he reached his goal and what his agenda was. So I asked you, going back though with the Nike situation real quick. So if you're sitting there, I mean, if you're Nike, what do you do? Like, you got to make a decision today. As far as you did this with Kyrie, you did this with Ja. If you're trying to promote your brand, what Ja has done is worse than what Kyrie did. If you ask me, as far as image of your company, how do you still stand with Ja?
I mean, they're going to stand with both of them, okay? Because they're going to make money off of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line.
Right, it is.
They're going to stand with both of them.
They're done with Kyrie.
For now. Don't let Kyrie, change some things and start winning again, and they'll love him again. So, you know what I'm saying? He wins a title. Oh, they're coming back. They're coming back.
I mean, I don't know where he's winning a title, but okay.
I'm just saying, like, so that's where it's like, we're still, he has to still, we're human. He's human. These companies, I mean, people make mistakes all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's a mistake. He's a young kid. He's 23. You know what I'm saying? If he was 45 or 38 or 37 making that mistake, then I'd be concerned with Nike. Like, yo, nah, he's a little too old to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But 23, nah, you know what? Listen, you know what? You can't do this. You can't do that. You know, he made a great apology, his publicist, whatever. He'll do some community service, whatever. But behind the scenes, Team Morant needs to get back, you know, and get with him. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, he'll be fine. Kids are still
okay. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you are, obviously you're a parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your son comes and says, "You got two choices. I want you to wear the Kyrie's, or I want you to wear the Ja."
Mm-hmm.
Well, just saying, which one would you? And you know, outside of just the shoe,
Mm-hmm.
which would you rather see him wear, based on what Nike has done with Kyrie and Ja?
Well, you got to understand the question that you're asking me and the vantage I sit at. So you understand what I'm saying? So I will tell my son to wear both of them.
Okay,
You know what I'm
fair
saying?
enough. I understand that point.
Because I look at the way, you know, these multimedia, multi-billion, I said media, but multi-billion-dollar companies pimp athletes.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, we're going to have that conversation first.
Yeah, there's different
You know what I'm
factors.
saying?
I understand.
So I'm not basing, you know, I don't base, you know, whether my son should wear this shoe based on, you know, what that made that individual did. To a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of base it on, at one point in time, base it on price, right? So if Starberry was still around, he'd be wearing Starberry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, you know what I mean? So, I mean,
I was happy when Shaq put out the Walmart shoe.
we didn't wear Shaqs.
Well, okay, well.
Maybe at one time he did have some
I did. I had the one with the 3 circles and made you dizzy.
Oh, no. See, you was like I didn't even know he made those. I just remember
Those were Reebok.
No. Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was what the Walmart ones were later, but either way.
I think you're talking about N1.
No.
With the guy, you know.
No. You know.
Shaq's in Walmart.
Shaq's in Walmart. Okay.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, but I think either one, you know what I'm saying? But what I would do, that's a teaching moment for my son for him to understand how multi-billion-dollar companies utilize and use certain athletes of certain demographics.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm going to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you think people at Nike ain't make no mistakes like that, but they still okay. Nah, you ain't made a mistake. That's, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to publicly, you know, I don't like that he's doing that because I think it gives off the wrong image to the other kids that's coming behind him.
Right.
That's my whole issue with it. It's like, yo, you know what? It's like, I've been having this conversation with a lot of my students, right? We've been going this Black History Month and we're going to different museums or whatever. And I'm like, yo, why are we entertained by the things that create our demise? So it's like, we talking about BMF. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if if you're familiar with BMF or whatever. Randy, yeah, I didn't think so. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But you know, the one kid was like, yeah, man, yo, that's right. I love it, man. We that's teaches us how to get money. I'm like, see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, but look what you got to go through. Like, so those are those teaching moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big establishment. And really, they're making billions of dollars off of Kyrie and Ja. So if Ja and Kyrie making billions, you gotta know Nike's making billions. So I'm not gonna like be like, nah, don't wear this sneaker.
That's fair.
I'm not doing that.
All right, that's fair. So, well, listen, Coach. You know, any final thoughts you have, you know, with us today?
Just one again. Thank you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys doing a hell of a job. You know what I'm saying? I thoroughly enjoy watching you guys and your show and whatnot. Again, I just want to say thank you for having me on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely going to get you guys on my show. You know what I'm saying? So
Please.
I want to tell everybody out there to please, after you get finished watching this show, the Let's Get It podcast, make sure Monday nights, 8 o'clock, you tune into the Birdcage show. Me and my co-host, my cousin Tracy, shouts out to her. Matter of fact, in a couple hours, I got to tape the show for tomorrow. So I just appreciate you guys. You guys are doing a hell of a job, and I just want to say thank you.
I appreciate that,
Awesome.
Coach.
Absolutely.
And let's just to shout it out. I know it's because the spelling was it DABYRDCAGE, right? On Instagram?
Yep, that's it.
Very cool, very cool. Anything else for Coach?
No, Coach. You know, I do. I got to get with you about our schedule. I got to change a game. It's during our showcase, so we got to move that one.
Sounds good to me. You know what I'm saying?
All right, sounds good, Jay. Anything else?
Yo, listen, appreciate you, Coach Bird. Definitely want to get on the Birdcage show. You know what I mean? Like, I love the set, man. I want to come chill. You know what I'm saying?
If you just want to hang out down there, it looks like a good time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to come chill, man.
Hey,
you know?
Definitely. We can enjoy some adult beverages after we get done.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what
I like that plan.
Yeah,
I like that plan.
So please have us on soon, please.
Definitely.
Sounds good. All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much, and we'll catch you later on.
All right, appreciate it. Talk to y'all.
All right.
Yeah.
Jay, are you confident? It's been a minute with the button.
Oh,
Let's give it a whirl. There it is. All right. All right. Once again, that was Coach Sechuaya Bird, the West Hampton Tech coach. Great sharing about his coaching experience, his thoughts on sports and whatnot.
Take yours off now.
Oh, well, I just enjoy it. My ears were cold.
Yeah.
So listen, great interview.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
stuff. And it was cool to get back into that. So,
I still, what? I must admit though, we still gonna have to discuss this proximity thing because I'm gonna take some time and really think about this. I still don't understand it.
It's
I think in his defense, I would say I might understand that. I don't know.
Are you as big of a Buffalo Bills fan as you are of a New York Giants fan?
No.
It's just but if you lived in Buffalo, you'd be more of a Buffalo Bills fan than you are a New York Giants fan. It's just
Absolutely.
It's just the proximity,
Right? But you guys are not even New Jersey Nets fans.
Well, because for me, and I'm pretty sure this is Randy feels the same way. Like you root for one team.
Okay.
well,
That's just how. That's how.
Right. See, it would be different if you guys show some love for your home team. You don't show no love.
But it's just that you root for one team thing.
root
you know
So,
what? The other piece of it too is that there are rivals. We play them directly.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
But
That's why it's hard. It's hard for me to see you being and it's not just you. A lot of people have this, a Sixers and a Knicks fan when they directly compete with each other in the same division.
so when that happens though, I'm more Philly.
No, I got you. Yeah. But
it's tough. It is tough.
even now, even with the relationships I have with people that are with the Knicks,
Right.
I'm still hope y'all lose. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm still
Right.
like that. But
Right.
I don't know. It's hard. I just don't. For me, that's what it was always. There's just one. And my dad was a Giants fan, so I grew up from a young age because that's what I knew.
Right.
But then,
bowl and all that.
but then when we stopped, we used to go to a bunch of games. We used to go to all
Wow.
but then we stopped.
Okay.
And then my friends, hey, you want to go to the Eagles game?
So
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm going there. I'm
Okay.
talking about 9, 10, 11
sure,
years
I
old.
got you.
So now it's now I'm doing more stuff over there. Now we're
got
going
you.
to the Sixers game. Obviously the Phillies, so that's just what you knew.
That's what you know. And I get that. I'll be honest with you. I was at a friend of my house a couple weeks back, and the game was on, and they came back from the living room. I was getting some chicken or something. They came back from the living room sad. I said, what happened? Philly won. I said, let's go. They beat Brooklyn. I said, let's go. Why y'all sad?
is there anybody that can verify that this was the response?
No, I promise you.
Okay.
They is when Philly and Brooklyn were playing on a Saturday night.
All right.
And I'm telling you, they were upset. I'm thinking that, oh man, did the Sixers lose?
Yeah.
I forgot where I was.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I get it. It's the same thing when the Eagles played the Giants, and I went with the Giants because that was my home team. But when they lost, I was like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So the thing is that I just want to see y'all root for. Well, it don't matter no more anyway because the Nets.
There's only one of
There's
them.
only one. Yeah, it's only the Devils.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But no, yeah, it was a great show, man. Like I said, I just remember, and it's funny. I was talking with Jay. Don't even remember, but we went to see one of the coach's players who I also had a relationship with out in Lacey Township when they won that championship. And that was like, I was the first time because I was new to Jersey. I want to say it was sometime early on, either 2010, probably wasn't 2010, probably was 2011, maybe even 2012 or something like that. It was somewhere around that time, or maybe even 2013. I'm not sure. But we went way out there, man. It was my first time, like I was like, wow, this is like a long ride. I was 70, dark. I was scared. And, you know what I'm saying? But to see them, that gym was packed and it was standing room only, the stand, and it was just a great game, man. You know what I'm saying? And that particular player, he used to tell me, like, yo, Bryce, I'm nice. I'm like, yeah, you sure, dude? I don't know. He was nice, though. He used to get busy. He used to get busy. So, but other than that, though, no, great show, great coach. Just, always great stuff, man. Always great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I guess what we're talking about is a frontrunnerNewJersey.com question. Earlier you had said would be who had the worst fall from grace, Carson or Ben?
I think it's what did I say? I think it's Carson.
I mean, but you know what though? And you know what? Because, and this is going to sound funny coming from me. Do they even deserve to get any more attention? Either one of those two?
No, that's a great answer.
Carson gets a ton of attention on this show.
Yeah.
I mean, he does. But I'm just saying,
He does.
So
he probably listens to it just so he can hear somebody talk about it.
I was going to say.
I actually think that he should listen to it. We might help him out a little bit.
You know
what I'm saying? I could help Carson.
I mean, he did, finally DM me back and said, I thought you were the last one who was with me. And,
you let me down.
He said, I thought you were the last remaining, Wensoneer or whatever they call it, but no, but it's so, but I mean, okay, that's fair though. We'll throw it back out there as the question. So with that said, let's go into our final thought. Coach, what you got today?
Final thoughts. NBA season winding down.
Yes.
It's interesting how they do the All-Star game so late now. So like the season
game was whacked.
I'm not even talking.
I was going to say, what do you? You know what? Touch on that real quick. What do you think that they should do? Can they do anything to make that better?
No, because even like you saw. I don't know if you guys watched it. Like Luka was mic'd up. If you're going to mic up a player during the game, you can't expect him to play hard.
Right.
And then he even said, like, there was somebody going in for a layup, and he just let him go. He's like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. And, like, that's all they're worried about is, like, nobody wants to get hurt, which I understand.
Yeah.
I completely get it. But all those years when it was competitive,
they were fun.
Nobody got hurt. I mean, somebody, there's always that risk that somebody could get hurt.
A lot of times you'll get hurt more trying not to get hurt.
So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think that's just the day and age that we are with the load management and all that stuff. I don't think anybody's really gonna go hard and play. So I don't know. I think really it should be centered around what they do Saturday night, and that should kind of be it. Like I don't even know if they should, like, if the guys aren't going to play hard, if you're not going to compete, then like there's no point in playing the game. Because even like the dunks in the All-Star game weren't good. It wasn't like wow. It was just they weren't.
Listen, what was it? Mac McClung though. Shout out to the what is he? What do they call him? The Blue Coats, right?
Yes, Blue Coats. Yeah, I told somebody that he was going to win. I'm trying to think. I don't think we talked about it on the show though.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, but I told somebody he was going to win. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the element of surprise.
I mean, his dunks were nice too.
No, I'm not saying they weren't. Yeah. I'm just saying, but it was the element of surprise that I always thought. And plus, he could really dunk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was twofold. The All-Star game was whack, though. It was whack. It was whack. I mean, I think they watered it down with the skills challenge. I think that's whack. That's, you know what I'm saying? 3-point. It was always 3-point and the dunk.
Yeah.
That's what made it. Then you had the game. I think the game being so late is part of it. I don't know if do you like the game at 8:00 or do you like the game when it was 3:30?
I don't think they're gonna play no matter what time it is.
I mean, I really doesn't.
I don't think that's what.
It's become so watered down, like I said. I mean, and also the players. There's the pride factor a little bit has dropped off because
I think they need to go back to East versus West.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, East versus West, and I don't like the race to 170.
See, that used to make them play hard because you were always in the game. You weren't playing against the clock.
Right.
So like you could be down. If we got to get to 170 and it's 165 to 155, you're still in it. but if there's 2 minutes left and you're down 10, it's over.
Right, but 170. When you're saying it's the race to 170, it's if a team scores 170 points, there's no D being played.
But that's okay because you don't.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm fine with that. Like, because they don't determine that till the fourth quarter, though. So it's not 170 in the game. It's whatever points
they've had throughout the first, second, third, and then the fourth. That's what I'm saying. So if you scoring that many points, there's no defense being played. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's just up and down, scoring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree.
There's no D.
And nobody used to play D until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But now they're not. It's not. But it's like it's so much worse now.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, the product's just falling off, but it really has. Yeah. But also too because the stars aren't even on Saturday night. The stars aren't competing.
Yeah.
And that's one of the issues too.
Yeah, because in
3-point contest, you want to see a Trae Young and Devin Booker and Steph Curry. Like that would be a 3-point shootout that you would like to see. But when you're seeing Shake Milton versus whoever,
it's the athlete. The athlete has become which is a good thing. The athletes become empowered, and they're like, hey, listen, I don't have to do this. Before, right. I'm saying when you didn't have that empowerment going on, then they felt that these are things that I needed to do.
Yeah, but I think there was also a different, just a mentality too, because I think there was still the guy. Like for example, I think that like a Reggie Miller, even if he had the choice, would have still done the 3-point shootout.
I don't know. During that time, I think it's back to the player empowerment. So, what I'm saying? They're like, hey, listen, I bet you if there was a whole lot more money or something on the line, maybe they might do it, maybe not. But sometimes, I don't know. It's just watered down. But at the same time, you know what? We're older.
Yeah.
So, we think we're always going to think, things have changed or whatever. So the key is, what do the young babies like? And I think the young babies liked it. They liked this style.
I guess. I
don't know.
You'd have to poll the younger audience what their thoughts were.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right, Jay, what's your final thoughts?
Nah, you know what? Listen, was sad to see our season end 2 weeks ago. First, I had a little taste, but we didn't make no playoffs though. A couple of years ago, back in like 2013 or whatever. But this was like my first taste of like playoff basketball, high school basketball. And I understand why people love it. You know what I mean? Because I tell you, man, when we lost, I was not the type of person where something hits me right away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hurt, but then, you still got to model for kids and model and you got to process this. The way I process it, say, okay. But I really hurt afterwards, though. Like,
who'd you guys lose to?
The state champions. That's what hurts even more.
And it was a close game.
Overtime.
That's right.
Overtime. Right there. A layup away from going up 2 points with 10 seconds.
And then you say that you always have the what ifs.
Yeah. But the thing that you hold on to is that, you know what? Listen. I feel we lost to the state champions. So that's like, and we were right there. So that means we could play, right? So the way my mind is, is like, well, hey, listen, I'm ready to get to work the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I'm that anal like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like losses. I think you turn losses into wins. And the way you win is you outwork everybody. So, but I know I just think that the coaching staff, I think the high school, the AD, everything for just even giving me an opportunity to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? The experience. It's my first time doing it, like, really getting a couple of dollars too. So I got the bug. Like I was excited though.
Yeah,
that was good. That was a good game. It's a good game. So, I was a little sad about that, but I think now is we're looking forward to AAU and I'm not even sometimes I don't know. I like AAU, but then sometimes I don't like AAU. You know what I mean? Of course, Coach, I like AAU with you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. So I know that I don't know. I'm looking for that feeling. That was a feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a feeling, even though, I couldn't make all the practices, whatever, this and that, the games, yeah, and then the announcing too. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, what do I do? I need to find some things to do.
I mean, you know what though? Like I said, when you can impact, players and teams, even if you're not there every day, because sometimes it's not the quantity, it's the quality of when you're there. Because I remember, there's coaches that have been with teams that I've coached and whatnot that are there, or maybe only once a week, twice a week, but when they're there, and then their presence is known, and and the players listen. So it's it's.
I'm just, again, like, I just think you learn from their losses. You know what I'm saying? You learn from your losses or whatever. So it's all good. But no, looking forward to an upcoming week. Got a meeting on Tuesday. Looking forward to that. Might even take my kids to the Knicks game. Take them to the Garden for the first time. The Garden's so expensive, though. I mean, damn, like even the cheap seats is like $100. You know what I'm saying? I got
Knicks got a big game tonight.
I got 4 kids.
Knicks got Boston tonight.
Yeah, they've been playing well. They've been playing well. The thing about it is that sometimes I think the Knicks fans, and they get like Philly fans. You know what I'm saying? It's like my cousin and my homeboy called me when the Knicks beat the Sixers. Oh, I tell you, it's the new Knicks. The Sixers suck, the new Knicks. And the next thing you know, the Knicks suck and they're not even in the play. You know what I'm saying? So now the Knicks is like, they're playing hot. Julius Randle's playing well. You know what I'm saying? They really got a gem in Brunson, and they got another gem, I think, in Josh Hart, too. So that's going to be really big for them.
I love Josh Hart when he was with Villanova.
Right, exactly. But I still don't think Tibbs is the one. I think Tibbs is like the best defensive coordinator. I don't think, but at the same time, you got Brunson on there, and you got Coach Brunson. You know what I'm saying? So, you got some offensiveness going on. They're just a really good, scrappy team, man. You know what I mean? They're really good. So that might be happening. And just looking forward to just getting some rest, man. Getting some rest and
get back on track.
The weather's getting warmer. I feel like it's always easier to want to get in shape and exercise when the weather's warm.
Definitely.
Versus when it's like cold. You know what I'm saying? And then the one thing that I do not like coming up is the fact that the clocks is going to spring forward. I don't like that.
Why?
Well,
you might be one of the few people I've heard that from.
Oh, we're going to lose some sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's because you got one of the greatest jobs in America. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You have some flexibility.
I do.
Right. See, 7:30 is still 7:30. You know what I'm saying?
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Fair.
But no, looking forward to a great week, man. How about you, bro?
Hey, listen, same thing. It's my time of year with baseball, spring training.
Are you coaching this year?
No.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
So,
that's all right.
But that's okay. Shout out to the program. Wish them well.
Okay.
But it's going to be a good time. And there's always, hands in different pots. So we'll just put it out there.
Are you playing this year? Are you going to play? You're not doing that either?
No.
Take it. Oh, that's what's up, man. You're not hanging it up, are you?
Well, I haven't played in a few years.
Oh, is it okay.
But like I said, we got, big things, life things, coming up. So focusing on that.
Okay.
But
right.
But no. Oh God, I'm glad you hit the right one. I wouldn't. But no, like I said, it's I might do actually a softball league a little bit. We'll see.
Oh, let me know.
But
like softball.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. But no, it's this time of year, like I said, with baseball, and I guess acclimating to the pitch clock and everything like that. But no, that's about it.
Yeah. When's the Phillies' first game?
I can't tell you. I don't know the answer to that.
Wow.
And so I know I could ask my mother. She's like, God.
Have you haven't watched none of the spring training games?
I watched a few.
Oh.
I watched a few. I can't tell you that I can get into a spring training game.
Oh, really?
But I will tell you that I enjoy.
But you've watched a few.
They've been on in the background. I'm not like, it's 105 first pitch.
I got you. Okay.
But I will tell you that I do love as a traditionalist, like driving yesterday when I was driving to work and there was baseball on the radio. It does put me in a good mood.
Does it?
Yes. So I would still prefer baseball on the radio over TV.
Really?
Yeah. I love baseball on the radio. If you have good announcers, Love baseball.
The pitch
No, it's not. No.
swung on and missed.
No, it's not about that. It's if you have a good announcer who can paint the true picture, you can truly enjoy it.
What's the pitch swung on and missed.
I'm gonna send you some good clips. Some good.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you clips of good and bad announcers.
Yeah. Send me so I can see because the pitches. Yeah, I got you.
Because
I want to try to announce baseball though. I'll be honest with you.
I guess as with any sport though, especially with baseball, it's like you have to find the right variation of dead air and when to fill that time. You know.
Got you.
So.
Okay.
But listen, with that said, we had a great show. Like I said, once again, shout out to Coach Bird. Go check him out on the Birdcage on Instagram. I know he's on Twitter also. He said Monday nights, 8:00, his show is out. So check it out. Of course, FrontRunnerNewJersey.com, who has always been, a good sponsor of ours.
Absolutely.
They were big this weekend, with our halftime. Our halftime skills competition, which was cool that, we had. I was a little disappointed we didn't get any adults to come out, but that's all right.
It's all good.
Yeah,
a whole lot of kids though.
We did, and that was fun.
Right, which means there's a whole lot of kids out there wearing "Let's Get It" shirts.
Yeah,
and even 4-wall shirts.
Yeah,
one person even got a 4-wall sweatsuit.
Really?
Wow, the last one did. Whoever the last one was, they got us.
I don't even have a 4-wall sweatsuit. Man.
Word.
Wow.
Top and bottom. The new. Do
you have one, Coach?
The city edition. The city edition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, it's good stuff though. Good stuff. Great time again. Great time over there.
It was. All right, well, listen, with that said, once again, we appreciate everyone watching, following us. I know that we continue to build our following. We're close on Facebook now to that 1,000 follower mark, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
I think we're 23 away from what I saw this morning. So we can go continue to share our stuff on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. For Coach, for Jay, appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you next time.